Last Chicago Smackdown of 2022 event by Colton Dennis. Hello everyone and welcome to another amazing night of wrestling. Tonight we have 3 great matches in store for all of you. The main event where Pincher will defend his title against the Gambler, said announce number 1. Yeah, I can't wait for that one. Plus, Price gets a rematch against the man that took the Transcontinental Championship away from him, Smite, said announce number 2. I hope Smite retains tonight, but let's head to the ring for our first match of the night. What do you say about that? Asked announcer number 1. I say, let's get ready to rumble, said announcer number 2 laughing. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is for the XX Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Mystrial. And her opponent. She is the XX Champion, Moxie, said announce number 3. Moxie raises the title then hands it to referee number 1. Referee number 1 raises the title, walks towards the ropes then hands it to number 1. Bell dings. Here we go. Mystrial versus Moxie, said announcer number 1. I loved the last time these two fought. That was a real challenge for Moxie, said announce number 2. Yeah, the last time these two fought. Mystrial almost won the title. But Moxie got hurt. And Mystrial won by count out, said announcer number 1. Both Mystrial and Moxie are walking around the ring then lock up. Moxie puts a headlock onto Mystrial. Mystrial groans then bounces Moxie off of the ropes. Moxie holds onto the headlock. Moxie holds onto the headlock, said announcer number 2. Moxie probably remembers their first fight, said announcer number 1. Mystrial groans, wraps her arms around Moxie's waist, then does a side suplex onto her. Moxie groans. Mystrial quickly covers Moxie. 1. Moxie kicks out. 1. Said referee number 1. Mystrial tried to go for the victory early, said announcer number 2. Mystrial also remembers the fight Moxie gave her, said announcer number 1. Moxie stands up in the corner. Mystrial stands up, approaches Moxie then continuously kicks her. Moxie continuously groaning then sliding down the corner. Mystrial pushes Moxie's head through the bottom rope. Moxie is groaning. Hey, get out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mystrial walks away. You have a 5 count. Remember that, said referee number 1. Mystrial ain't playing this time around, said announce number 2. I have a feeling that Moxie might lose her title tonight, said announcer number 1. Mystrial picks Moxie up, bounces her off of the ropes then goes to clothesline her. Moxie ducks, runs, bounces off of the ropes again then does a jumping clothesline onto Mystrial. What a clothesline by Moxie, said announce number 2. Both Mystrial and Moxie stand up. Mystrial goes to punch Moxie. Moxie ducks then punches Mystrial's right side. Mystrial goes to punch Moxie again. Moxie ducks then punches Mystrial's left side. Mystrial goes to punch Moxie a 3rd time. Moxie ducks then continuously punches Mystrial's sides. Mystrial staggering backwards into the corner. Moxie has definitely taken over, said announcer number 1. Moxie chops Mystrial's chest. Mystrial groans. Moxie whips Mystrial. Mystrial reverses it. Moxie jumps onto the 2nd turnbuckle, does a crossbody onto Mystrial then covers her. 1, 2. Mystrial kicks out. 2. Said referee number 1. Moxie almost had Mystrial there, said announce number 2. Both Mystrial and Moxie stand up. Moxie kicks Mystrial's stomach, sets her up for a suplex then lifts her. Mystriel lands onto her feet behind Moxie, then quickly rolls her up. 1, 2. Moxie kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Another close one, said announcer number 1. Both Mystriel and Moxie stand up then. Clothesline each other. Oh, what a double clothesline, said announcer number 2. The first one back to their feet. We'll have the advantage, said announcer number 1. 3, 4, said referee number 1. Both Mystriel and Moxie slowly stand up. Moxie goes to punch Mystriel. Mystriel ducks. Moxie turns around. Mystriel kicks Moxie's stomach, then quickly does a DDT onto her. Moxie groans. Will this be it? Asked announcer number 2. Mystriel covers Moxie. 1, 2. Moxie puts her left leg onto the bottom rope. Here legs on the bottom rope. Mystriel. Mystriel growls, then hooks Moxie's left leg. 1, 2. Moxie kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Mystriel almost had it with that DDT, said announcer number 1. Mystriel stands up, then waves at Moxie. Get up, said Mystriel. Moxie slowly stands up. Mystriel tries locking in a cobra clutch onto Moxie. Moxie is squirming, falls onto the mat, then pushes Mystriel with her legs. Mystriel falls onto the mat, groans, then stands up. Moxie continuously clotheslines Mystriel. Mystriel continuously groaning, then standing up. Moxie lifts Mystriel, then slams her onto the mat. Mystriel groans. Moxie goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. I think Moxie is thinking about her elbow drop, said announcer number 2. Moxie gets to the top turnbuckle. Mystriel quickly stands up, then moves Moxie's leg. Moxie lands onto the top turnbuckle, then groans. That had to hurt. Mystriel climbs onto the second rope. Mystriel is gonna try something here, said announcer number 1. Mystriel sets Moxie up for a suplex, then tries lifting Moxie. Moxie blocks. Mystriel tries lifting Moxie again. Moxie blocks again, then continuously punches Mystriel's left side. Mystriel continuously groaning. Moxie is breaking out of the suplex, said announcer number 2. Moxie head butts Mystriel. Mystriel groans, then sways on the second rope. Moxie head butts Mystriel again. Mystriel continues swaying on the second rope. Moxie punches Mystriel off the second rope. Mystriel lands onto the mat, groans, then rolls. Moxie is still on the top rope. And look where Mystriel is laying, said announcer number 1. Moxie looks down at Mystriel, stands onto the top turnbuckle, walks along the top rope, jumps off of it, then goes for elbow drop onto her. Mystriel moves. Moxie lands onto the mat, then groans. Moxie missed, said announcer number 2. Moxie slowly stands up. Mystriel looks at Moxie, quickly stands up, then clotheslines her hard. Moxie groans. That was a devastating clothesline, said announcer number 2. Sure looked like it. Mystriel stands up, then continuously kicks Mystriel. Mystriel continuously groaning. Mystriel has found her opportunity to take advantage, said announcer number 1. Mystriel picks Moxie up, then twists her right arm. Moxie tries grabbing Mystriel's face. Moxie twists Moxie's right arm. Moxie groans. Mystriel twists Moxie's right arm again, then throws her into the corner. Moxie groans, then holds her right arm. Oh man, that could break your elbow, said announcer number 2. Moxie continues holding her right elbow. Mystriel stands up, then smiles. I'm gonna win. I'm the new champion. It's gonna be me, said Mystriel. Don't get too cocky, said announcer number 1. Mystriel picks Moxie up, lifts her up, then slams her onto the mat. Moxie groans. Mystriel smiles, then goes through the middle rope. She has a sadistic smile, doesn't she? Asked announcer number 2. She does, indeed, said announcer number 1. Mystriel climbs up the turnbuckle, gets to the top of it, looks down at Moxie, then smiles. Moxie stands up, then pushes Mystriel's legs. Mystriel lands onto the top turnbuckle, then groans. Moxie is leaning against the ropes, looks Mystriel, runs up the turnbuckle rope, then knees her face. Mystriel groans. Moxie climbs onto the second rope, then lifts Mystriel onto her shoulders. What does Moxie have planned here? Asked announcer number 2. Mystriel is squirming, slides down Moxie's back, lands onto her feet, grabs Moxie's right leg, then pulls it. Moxie's right shoulder goes into the top turn buckle, then she groans. Oh, Moxie just landed onto the top turnbuckle, said announcer number 1. That could dislocate it for sure, said announcer number 2. Moxie is holding her right shoulder, stands up, then goes to punch Mystriel. Mystriel ducks, then quickly locks in a cobra clutch. Moxie is struggling. The cobra clutch is locked in, and Mystriel has the arm that's not injured. Which is smart, said announcer number 1. Moxie is waving her right arm, groans, then slowly closes her eyes. I think Moxie is gonna pass out, said announcer number 2. If she does, Mystriel will be our new XX champion, said announcer number 1. Referee number 1 grabs Moxie's right arm, lifts it, then lets go of it. Moxie's right arm falls. 1. Referee number 2 lifts Moxie's right arm, then lets go of it again. Moxie's right arm falls again. 2. Said referee number 1. One more time. And Mystriel is our new champion, said announcer number 2. Referee number 1 lifts Moxie's right arm, then lets go of it a third time. Moxie's right arm starts shaking. Moxie's still in this, said announcer number 1. Moxie slowly stands up. Mystriel is shaking her head. Moxie tries reaching for Mystriel's head. Moxie can't reach Mystriel with the cobra clutch locked in. What should Moxie do? Asked announcer number 2. Moxie knows what she needs to do, said announcer number 1. Moxie runs backwards, then rams Mystriel into the corner. Mystriel groans, then tightens the cobra clutch. Moxie struggles, runs backwards, then rams Mystriel into the corner. Mystriel breaks the cobra clutch. The cobra clutch has been broken, said announcer number 2. Moxie walks out of the corner. Mystriel runs at Moxie, then goes to clothesline her. Moxie ducks, runs, bounces off ropes, then clotheslines Mystriel. Mystriel groans, then stands up. Moxie continuously clotheslines Mystriel. Moxie is fighting back, said announcer number 1. Mystriel stands up, then goes to punch Moxie. Moxie ducks, wraps her arms around Mystriel's waist, then does a side suplex onto her. Mystriel lands onto her right shoulder, then groans. It looks like Mystriel landed on her shoulder, said announcer number 2. Moxie stands up, goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Be careful, Moxie, said announcer number 1. Moxie looks down at Mystriel, then walks along the top rope. Mystriel rolls towards the ropes. Moxie jumps onto the mat. Nope. I ain't that stupid, said Mystriel, standing up, then turns around. Moxie runs, then spears Mystriel. Mystriel groans. What a spear, said announcer number 2. Moxie stands up, goes through the middle rope, climbs up the turnbuckle, gets to the top of it, looks down at Mystriel, walks along the top rope, jumps off of it, then does an elbow drop onto her. Mystrial groans. Moxie nailed her finisher. Now cover her, Moxie said. Announcer number 1. Moxie covers Mystrial. 1, 2. Ongxia slides into the ring, then lands onto Moxie. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Here's your winner by disqualification. And still the XX champion, Moxie, said announce number 3. Onyxia continuously punches Moxie. Moxie pushes Onyxia off herself. Both Moxie and Ongxia stand up. Moxie goes to punch Onyxia. Onyxia ducks, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Moxie turns around. Onyxia does a running knee onto Moxie. Moxie groans. Oh, what a running knee. Onyxia helps Mystrial stand up. Why would Ongxia join with Mystrial? Why? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know why. But I hope she gave her a good deal, said announcer number 1. Both Mystrial and Onyxia start kicking Moxie. Come on, she's injured, said announcer number 2. Hey, there, said Mystrial pointing. Onyxia nods her head. Both Mystrial and Onyxia pick Moxie up, run towards the corner, then throw her into the ring post. Moxie groans, then falls onto the ledge of the ring. Onyxia kicks Moxie off the ledge of the ring. Mystrial rolls outside of the ring, approaches the bell area, then grabs the title. Give me it. Mystrial walking towards Moxie. Then kneels next to her. This is mine. Do you hear me? This is mine. You just got lucky tonight. You hold on to this for me, said Mystrial, putting the title onto Moxie, then taps it. What a sickening display. And everyone knows Moxie had the match won, said announce number 1. I still don't understand Mystrial's and Onyxia's relationship, said announce number 2. I think we will soon enough. Well, folks, we now move to our Transcontinental Championship match, said announce number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for 1 fall. Is a ladder match. And is for the Transcontinental Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Price. And his opponent, he is the Transcontinental Champion, Smite, said announce number 3. Bell dings. Both Price and Smite look up at the title. Hey, you look at me. That's mine. Do you hear me? That title is coming back to me, said Price. You really think that? Asked Smite. No, I know that, said Peace, kicking Smite's stomach, grabs him, then throws him through the middle ropes. Smite lands onto the floor, then groans. Oh man, Smite landed on the floor hard, said announcer number 2. Price rolls outside of the ring, picks up a ladder, then turns around. Smite rolls back into the ring, runs, then does a suicide dive into the ladder. Price goes into the barricade, then groans. What a suicide dive by Price, said announcer number 1. Yeah, but was it wise to do that into a ladder though? Asked announcer number 2. You risk everything in a ladder match, said announcer number 1. Smite is kicking Price. Price is groaning. Smite walks, grabs a ladder, then slides it into the ring. Price stands up, then pushes Smite into the ring post. Smite groans, then falls onto the floor. Oh, Smite went straight into the post, said announcer number 2. Price slides into the ring, sets up the ladder, then quickly climbs up it. Price wants to end this early, said announcer number 1. Price gets to the top of the ladder, then reaches for the title. Smite slides into the ring, quickly climbs up the opposite side of the ladder, then punches Price's right side. Price groans, then punches Smite's head. Smite groans, then punches Price's head. Price groans. Both Price and Smite continuously punch each other. Someone's gonna have to lose this fist. Fight, said announcer number 2. Smite bounces Price's head off of the top of the ladder. Price groans. Smite pushes Price off the ladder. Price lands onto his feet, bounces off of the ropes, then pushes the ladder. Smite lands onto the top of the rope, then groans. Oh, right where the sun doesn't shine, said announcer number 1. Price dropkicks Smite. Smite bounces onto the ledge, then lands onto the floor. Price smiles, stands up, grabs the ladder, then sets it up. Price might become a 2-time Transcontinental Champion right now, said announcer number 2. Price slowly climbs up the ladder. Price thinks he won, so he's taking his time, said announcer number 1. Price gets to the top of the ladder. Smiles, then reaches for the title. Smite appears climbing up the turnbuckle. Gets to the top of it, jumps off, then dropkicks the ladder. The ladder falls. Price lands onto the mat, then groans. What a dropkick by Smite. Taking out the ladder was a smart move, said announcer number 2. Price pulls himself up with the ropes, then turns around. Smite runs at Price, then clotheslines him over the top rope. Price lands onto the floor, then goes into the barricade. Smite now has the advantage. He just needs to climb up the ladder, said announcer number 1. Smite picks up the ladder, sets it up, then looks at Price. Price slowly stands up outside of the ring. Smite runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then goes for a suicide dive onto Price. Price catches Smite, then pushes him into the ring. Smite groans. Price grabs Smite, then throws him into the barricade. Smite groans. Again. Price has taken over again, said announcer number 2. Price is leaning against the barricade, looks down at Smite, then continuously kicks him. Smite continuously groaning. Price is taking out his aggression. Either that or making sure Smite stays down, said announcer number 1. Price walks away, grabs a ladder, then sets it between the announce table and the ring. Here we go, said announcer number 2. Shut up, said Price, pointing at announcer number 2. Announcer number 2 raises his hands. What's his problem? Asked announcer number 1. Price is walking towards Smite, grabs his head, then walks towards the bridged ladder. I think Price is gonna put Smite through the ladder, said announcer number 2. Price goes to throw Smite into the ladder. Smite slides underneath the ladder, then stands up. Price runs towards Smite. Smite dropkicks the bridged ladder into Price. Price groans, then falls onto the floor. What a dropkick by Smite, said announcer number 1. Smite stands up, grabs Price, then bounces his head off the announce table. Price groans. Smite climbs onto the announce table, then pulls Price up onto it. What is Smite thinking here? Asked announcer number 2. I have no idea, but I think it has to deal with the ladder, said announcer number 1. Smite sets Price up for a powerbomb. Powerbomb time, said announcer number 2. Smite tires lifting Price. Price is squirming. Smite tries lifting Price again. Price continues squirming. Price is blocking the powerbomb, said announcer number 1. Smite is shaking his head. Price flips Smite. Smite goes through the bridged ladder. Oh my God, Smite just went through the ladder, said announcer number 2. Price is smiling. Look at the smile of Price, said announcer number 1. So disgusting, said announcer number 2. Well, he knows he probably won now, said announcer number 1. Price rolls off of the announce table, then looks at announcer number 2. Do you see this? This is what I do to win. This is why I'm gonna be the 2-time Transcontinental Champion, said Price, walking, then slides into the ring. He really has a problem with you, said announcer number 1. Price starts climbing up the rungs of the ladder. Price will now be a 2-time transcontinental champion, said announcer number 2. Price stops then. Smiles. Smite is slowly moving. How is Smite moving? Asked announcer number 1. Price continues climbing up the ladder, then gets to the top of it. Smite quickly slides into the ring, then pushes the ladder. Price falls onto the top rope, gets hung up, then falls onto the mat. Smite somehow managed to stop Price, said announcer number 1. Come on, Smite. You beat him once. You could beat him again, said announcer number 2. Smite slowly stands up, then looks at Price. Price pulls himself up into the corner. Smite runs at Price, then goes for a jumping corner body splash onto him. Price moves. Smite goes into the top turnbuckle. He groans, then turns around. Price kicks Smite's right knee. Smite falls onto his knees. Price does an on-snap DDT onto Smite. Smite groans. What an on-snap DDT, said announcer number 1. Price stands up, grabs the ladder, then unfolds it. What does Price have in mind now? Asked announcer number 2. Price places the ladder into the corner, walks towards Smite, picks him up, then whips him. Smite reverses it. Price stops in front of the ladder, then turns around. Smite runs at Price. Price lifts Smite, then does a flapjack onto him. Smite goes into the ladder, then groans. Oh, what a flapjack onto the ladder, said announcer number 1. Smite has to be out now, said announcer number 2. Price stands up, goes through the middle rope, grabs another ladder, then slides it into the ring. Here comes another ladder, said announcer number 1. Price picks up the ladder, then sets it up. Now, climb it, Price, said announcer number 1. Price looks at the ladder in the corner, grabs it, then places it between the ladder and the middle rope. Why not place the ladder on the top rope? Asked announcer number 2. Price has his own ideas, said announcer number 1. Price looks at Smite, grabs him, then bounces his head off the bridged ladder. Smite groans. Price whips Smite. Smite reverses it. Price goes into the corner. Smite runs at Price. Price lifts his knees. Smite goes into Price's knees, then groans. Price jumps off the second rope, then dropkicks Smite. Smite falls onto the mat, then rolls into the bottom corner. Price bounces off of the ropes, then boots Smite's face. Smite groans. I don't think Smite will know where he is anymore, said announcer number 2. Come on, get up, said Price, looking at the bridged ladder. What is Price thinking? Asked announcer number 1. Price pushes Smite towards the bridged ladder, then waves at him. Smite slowly stands up. Price runs at Smite, then goes for a jumping leg lariat onto him. Smite lifts Price over his head. Price hits his head off the bridged ladder, then he groans. Oh, that backfired for Price, said announcer number 2. Price stands up, then turns around. Smite kicks Price's stomach, then sets him up for a powerbomb. Are you sure about that, Smite? Asked announcer number 1. Smite lifts Price up. Price punches Smite's head, then lands in front of him. Smite groaning. Price hits Smite with a forearm. Smite groans, falls into the ropes, then stands up. Price goes for a jumping leg lariat onto Smite. Smite catches Price. Oh my God. Smite just caught Price as he was going for his finisher, said announcer number 2. Smite walks forward, stops, then powerbombs Price through the bridged ladder. Price groans. What a powerbomb by Smite, said announcer number 1. Smite pulls himself up with the ropes, then starts climbing up the rungs of the ladder. Yes, do it, Smite. Get to the title, said announcer number 2. Smite continues climbing up the ladder. Price is slowly crawling, then climbs up the side of the ladder with Smite. Smite, look out, said announcer number 1. Price hits Smite's back. Smite groans, then elbows Price. Price groans, then hits Smite's back again. Smite groans. Price tries climbing over Smite. Smite elbows Price's left side. Price groans, then hits Smite's back. Smite groans, then steps onto the support beam of the ladder. That can't hold someone, said announcer number 2. Smite continuously punches Price's left side. Price continuously groaning. Smite grabs Price's head, then continuously bounces it off of the ladder. Price continuously groaning, then goes limp. Smite pushes Price off of the ladder. Price lands onto the mat, then rolls outside of the ring. Price is out, said announcer number 1. Smite climbs onto the rungs of the ladder, gets to the top of it, grabs the title, then unhooks it. Bell dings. Here's your winner and still the Transcontinental Champion, Smite, said announcer number 3. Smite is sitting on top of the ladder, then raises the title. Congratulations to Smite for retaining his title and going through all of those ladders, said announcer number 2. He sure does deserve this. And we also got what you wanted. Price didn't become a 2-time Transcontinental Champion, said announcer number 1. Yeah, could you imagine that? And all the high bragging he would have done, said announcer number 2. Yeah, well folks, we made it to the main event. And I can't wait for this one, said announcer number 1. Me either, said announcer number 2. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a tables match. And is for the Global Championship. Introducing the challengers first, the Gambler. And his opponent. He is the Global Champion, Pincher, said announcer number 3. Referee number 3 raises the title, walks towards the ropes, then hands it to number 1. Bell dings. Both Pincher and the Gambler are walking around the ring, then lock up. The Gambler puts a headlock onto Pincher. Pincher groans, bounces the Gambler off of the ropes, then pushes him. The Gambler bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then shoulder blocks Pincher. Pincher falls onto the mat. The Gambler bounces off of the ropes on the side of the ring, then jumps over Pincher. Pincher stands up, then goes to superkick the Gambler. The Gambler holds onto the ropes, then rolls outside of the ring. Pincher went for his superkick early, said announcer number 1. The Gambler is walking around the ring. Pincher rolls outside of the ring, then approaches the Gambler. The Gambler goes to punch Pincher. Pincher blocks, then punches the Gambler. The Gambler groans. Pincher grabs the Gambler's head, then bounces it off of the announce table. The Gambler falls onto the floor. Pincher is taking it to Gambler, said announcer number 2. Pincher clears off the announce table. Pincher is heading straight for our table, said announcer number 1. The Gambler stands up, then hits Pincher's back. Pincher groans. The Gambler punches Pincher. Pincher groans, then walks away. The Gambler grabs Pincher, then throws him into the ring post. Pincher falls onto the floor. Man, Pincher really went right into the ring post, said announcer number 2. The Gambler is smiling, walks over, then picks up a table. Here comes the tables, said announcer number 1. The Gambler sets up the table, then leans it against the barricade. All Gambler needs to do is throw Pincher through that table. Then he becomes the champion, said announcer number 2. The Gambler turns around. Pincher superkicks the Gambler. The gambler groans, then sways. Don't fall backwards, or you will lose, gambler, said announcer number 1. Pincher runs at the gambler. The gambler lifts Pincher, then does a sit-out power slam onto him onto the floor. Gambler suckered Pincher in, said announcer number 2. The gambler slowly stands up, then shakes his head. Gambler's trying to get the cobwebs out of his head, said announcer number 1. The gambler picks Pincher up, looks at the leaning table, then sets him up for a suplex. Oh, if he does this, gambler definitely wins, said announcer number 2. The gambler tries lifting Pincher. Pincher blocks. The gambler tries lifting Pincher again. Pincher blocks again, then suplex the gambler onto the floor. The gambler groans. Oh, what a suplex. Onto the floor, said announcer number 1. Good thing Pincher blocked it. Going through a table that's against the barricade hurts, said announcer number 2. Pincher stands up, grabs the gambler, walks towards the announcer table, then continuously punches him. The gambler, continuously groaning, then lays onto the announce table. I wonder what Pincher has in mind, asked announcer number 1. Move, said Pincher. Announcer number 1 and announcer number 2 move. Pincher jumps onto the barricade, then walks along it. The gambler rolls off of the announce table. Pincher looks at the gambler. Well, I guess we found out what Pincher was gonna do, said announcer number 2. Look out, said Pincher. Both announcer number 1 and announcer number 2 move again. Pincher climbs onto the announce table, jumps off of it, then does a crossbody onto the gambler. Both Pincher and the gambler are groaning. What a crossbody, said announcer number 1. Pincher stands up, walks towards the leaning table against the barricade, picks it up, then sets it next to the ring. Pincher has another idea, said announcer number 2. The gambler pulls himself up next to the ring post. Pincher approaches the gambler, then grabs his left arm. The gambler grabs Pincher's right arm, then pulls him. Pincher's right arm goes into the ring post again. Then he groans. Man, that could knock some teeth out, or fracture your skull, said announcer number 1. The gambler is groaning, grabs Pincher, then rolls him into the ring. Pincher stops rolling, then crawls towards the corner. The gambler is walking around the ring, grabs a table, then slides it into it. Here comes another table, said announcer number 2. The gambler slides into the ring, then bends over to set up table legs. Pincher stands up, then quickly superkicks the gambler. The gambler groans, then falls through the middle ropes. Oh, what a superkick by Pincher, said announcer number 1. That could rattle your brain, said announcer number 2. Pincher is leaning against the ropes. The gambler is laying on the ledge of the ring, then slowly pulls himself up with the ropes. Gambler is definitely dazed, said announcer number 1. Pincher goes to superkick the gambler. The gambler catches Pincher's right leg, shakes his head, then spins Pincher. Pincher does a jumping side kick to the gambler's left side of his head. The gambler groans, sways, then holds onto the ropes. Gambler is again dazed, said announcer number 2. The gambler pulls himself up onto the ledge of the ring. Pincher quickly superkicks the gambler. The gambler groans, lets go of ropes, then falls through the table. Bell dings. Here's your winner. And still the global champion, Pincher, said announcer number 3. We totally forgot about the table sitting there, said announcer number 1. And the ironic part is, that's the table that gambler set up against the barricade, said announcer number 2. That's right, Pincher moved it next to the ring. Well, congratulations to Pincher for retaining his title, said announcer number 1. I'm so shocked with that ending, said announcer number 2. Well, folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye-bye, said announcer number 2 waving. Pincher raises the title. The crowd is cheering. The end.